Welcome to tonight's 5 on 5. The guest is Bridgitte Griffin, Vice President of Washington Federal Bank. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And with a recent merger, Washington Federal moving into the Northwest with several new branches, including the Rogue Valley and Klamath Basin. Tell us about that.
Yes, we do have several new branches in Rogue Valley and Klamath Falls, and with that, we have commercial lending and as well as home lending and consumer lending.
And you're also, with this commitment to the community, wanting to help out charities in the area. Tell us a little bit about this.
Absolutely, and I think one of the most exciting things is that with the merger, Washington Federal has committed over $250 million to the Oregon communities where we serve. And that comes in threefold. We have not only community relationships that we have through Vote for Your Favorite Charity, and you can go onto our website and vote for your favorite charity both in Rogue Valley and in Klamath Falls, and you can log on to www.washingtonfederal.com/charities, and there you can find the favorite charities for the month. I believe there's 2 charities for the Rogue Valley and 2 charities for Klamath Falls. And last month we maxed out $5,000 for Southern Oregon Goodwill Industries in Rogue Valley and Junior Achievement for Klamath Falls. And this month we have 2 new charities, and so go in and check it out, and that's just one way you can give. And by voting for your favorite charity, we'll give $5 for every vote. Wow. And then we can max it out to $5,000. Then you can also go on to recommend a favorite charity or recommend a charity for donations, and there's grant applications at that same website. And we focus on 4 main areas, and one is financial literacy, senior and low-income families, and community relations, and then employees who volunteer for charitable organizations or serve on the boards. We'll also give grants to those as well. So those are 4 areas that we focus on, and low-income housing is another area.
All right, sounds good. So they can go washingtonfederal.com/charities to check out that program
Correct.
They have going on. All right, a few more questions for you, so stick around. More 5 on 5 right after the break. Welcome back to the 5 on 5. The guest is Bridgitte Griffin, Vice President of Washington Federal. We've been talking about the new branches for Washington Federal here in the Rogue Valley as well as the Klamath Basin and some of the charities that you've been able to help out in the time here. How has it been as far as signs of the economy, both lending to businesses and in the housing market?
I think we're seeing signs of slow recovery. I think mainly we've seen an increase in demand in the housing market. We're starting to see less supply than we've seen in several years. I'd probably say in the last 6 years there's less of supply that there's ever been. And we're starting to see more businesses coming in to borrow money and seeing a little more strength in their balance sheets and in their financial situation. So I see some positive signs, although it is slow but steady. And so those are things that we like to see. We have a lot of capital. We're one of the strongest banks in the nation. We're the 4th strongest in capital out of the top 100 banks. So we have a lot of money to lend, and we are happy to be in the markets that we're in Oregon. And so we just finding the right opportunities.
Is there anything with regulations or anything that people starting a new business or wanting to buy that first home or upgrade a home, a new loan, is there anything that they need to know about this time, or just kind of the usual things to keep in mind?
Boy, it's a great time to buy your first home. There isn't a better time as far as rates. There's great first-time home buyer opportunities, and one of the things that we really focus on in financial literacy is helping educate people on buying their homes if they're first-time home buyers. So I would encourage people, if you're thinking about buying a home for the first time, go in and talk to your banker and ask about first-time home buyer programs. If you're thinking about starting a business, now is the time to work with on a business plan. Business planning is very important. And you have, I know in Klamath Falls, we have OIT, Small Business Development Center, that works with businesses on their business plan. I know that Southern Oregon University also has a similar program that works with their small businesses as well. And so I encourage you just to have a good business plan, think it out. And there's great programs through SBA, and sometimes you can leverage the equity in your home to start a business, but the business plan is key.
Get the best way to get it started. Well, thank you so much for
Yes.
stopping by. We appreciate it.
You bet.
That's it for the 5 on 5 Mornings right after the break.